Hi there, Denny here from the Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland. I am happy to say that I now get to step behind the plant walls at TRON Lightcycle Run for my first ride on the attraction. Listen, I am so very excited, I can't even tell you. So I am going to take you along with me. We can't film on the attraction itself. There'll be a compartment where the phone lives during the attraction, but we're gonna go step behind those plant walls and take a ride on the attraction. I'll show you as much as I can. I'm so excited that you've tuned in. Let's go. Okay, so right here, beside the Tomorrowland Speedway, right beside Space Mountain, that's Space Mountain right there. Well, it's the it's the merchandise location for Space Mountain. Under the People Mover we go. And here's that canopy that we have looked at from afar up until now. So we're here at golden hour, which I'm pretty excited about. So we'll get to see kind of the change from day to night. As you can hear the orchestral score for the attraction, the cast member costumes are literally the best. There are identity discs behind on the back of their costumes, so we'll definitely take a look at that. And of course, you got to get a picture here at the sign, so I'm definitely stopping to do that. That is the canopy, and the attraction vehicle comes up, around, and back into the attraction building. I mean, just look at the wide expanse of the walkway leading up. Just gorgeous. If you're wondering if you'll be close, I mean, you'll be close to the vehicle as it comes through. Let's wait for another one to come so you can see how close you'll be. Yeah, amazing. As you can see, the canopy is lit underneath. It'll change colors as the evening goes on. And there's the railroad going through. So there's a tunnel here that's been built into the TRON queue. That's what this tunnel is right here. And back to TRON. Okay, that's something I don't think I'm gonna get. I don't think I'm gonna get over that. The fact that you just have the attraction vehicle zooming right over the walkway as you approach the attraction building. So you saw it in a piece of footage that I just had, that there was a car on the back of that one particular train that went by. I think it's this case on two of the trains that there is a car in the back that does not incorporate the light cycle format, so that if you are someone for whom riding in the light cycle is just not going to be what you do, you can wait for that last car and sit. So you still get to go on the attraction. It's just not on a light cycle. So just bear that in mind. One other additional piece of information that we've been told is that when the attraction opens on April 4th, we'll actually get to ride by using a boarding group technology. So same thing that we do with Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind over in EPCOT. Let's continue. That's amazing. Just in case you're curious, if you have restrooms here in the queue, you absolutely do. So no stress. All right, so we're coming up on the test vehicles. These are 2 test vehicles that are going to be right outside here. A cast member is within earshot if you need them for anything. This is where you start to see the Enterprise branding because Enterprise is the sponsor of the attraction. There's the cast member. Thank you. Super cool identity disc on the back of his. There's your test vehicles. All right, here we go. All your warnings, more Enterprise branding here as well. This is your touch point where you'll tap in for your boarding group, and of course, 48 inches. Got to be 48 inches tall to ride. Huge canopy, it says, welcome Team Blue. So we are now on Team Blue. There's also a Team Orange. And we have a little bit of cool looking space age grid centric stuff. How do you like that terminology?
Keep restraints securely fastened. Supervise young Team Blue users at all times. Attention users, you are about to be digitized into the world of TRON. For your safety in this world, all users should be in good health. You should be free from high blood pressure, heart, back, or neck problems. You should be free from motion sickness or other conditions that could be aggravated by this experience. Expectant users should not ride. TRON Lightcycle run. Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of TRON. Users, prepare to be digitized into the world of TRON.
Team Blue, welcome to the grid. Proceed to gaze. Initiate in 3, 2. Before proceeding to the sync chamber, all members of Team Blue must prepare. All users must secure large items, including backpacks, purses, and hats, in the locker portal before entering the grid. Lockers are just ahead. To open a locker portal, tap your digital key to the illuminated activation point. Please be considerate of other users and only use locker space that your party requires. Remember your unit number. piloting a specially modified light cycle. When the gate opens, follow your path on the floor. If you are inside the bar vehicle, you must walk behind the light cycle. Remove phones, glasses, and other items that may fall off, and secure them in the storage area between the handlebar. To synchronize with your light cycle, kneel, lean, and pull the handlebars towards you. TRON Lightcycle Run is a thrilling, high-speed roller coaster type ride in the dark, making sharp turns with sudden drops and stops. For your safety, remain seated on your light cycle at all times. Remember to kneel, lean, and pull the handlebars towards you. Supervise young Team Blue users at all times. The competition begins when Team Blue launches across the upload conduit and onto the grid. Your opponents will meet you there. To win, every member of Team Blue must pass through 8 energy gates before their opponents. Stick together. It's your only.
Welcome users to TRON Lightcycle Run. You may see an increase in your wait time. In order to keep that wait time as short as possible, we ask that you have your main entrance pass out and ready. You'll be needing them for lockers up ahead. Thank you. And again, you may see an increase in your wait time. Please keep those main entrance passes out and ready. You'll need them for lockers up ahead. Thank you.
Two.
Right hand side, please.
Oh my God. Thank you. Loads on both sides.
5 minutes. Yes. So cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Without causing quality trouble.
I appreciate it. Just get rid of some.
Okay, thank you.
So I've just gotten off of the attraction. I had the opportunity to ride it twice. Friends. Friends, can we talk? This attraction is amazing. Let me address something real quick. If you've never watched ride through of the version in Shanghai Disneyland, you may not know that it is short. It is a short attraction. As long as you know that going into it, you know to really take advantage of those moments that you're on the attraction. Not that you don't, but sometimes I get so overwhelmed that I may miss something along the way. So know that you've got a good 2 minutes. So make the most of those 2 minutes. Let's go through the process of entering the attraction and everything that's really involved in that. First things first, standby queue. There is an exterior standby queue. It's something that I mentioned earlier, and sometimes when one of the trains might be down because it's a dual loading station. So it is It's just like Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind in that regard. There's two sides loading guests. If one of those sides is down, it could back up. If people are really wanting to ride at a certain time of day, that could back up. So there is an extended queue, but you are going to need a boarding group in order to ride the attraction. If you are someone who wants to try one of those test vehicles, there are two test vehicles right outside adjacent to the exterior queue. Yes, they are in full view of everyone who is walking by or who is in that queue line. They go over three specific things as you load the attraction vehicle. Number one, kneel. So you mount the light cycle just like you're getting on a bicycle, right? So you're gonna swing your foot over. They tell you to kneel. So go ahead and kneel down, put all your weight on your knees in that moment. So you wanna kneel first. Number two, you wanna lean. So they tell you kneel, lean, and then pull the handlebars toward you slowly. When you pull those handlebars toward you, the back will engage. That's when that back piece comes forward, and two bars, metal bars from the side of the bike extend out behind behind your calf. So it's a little different from Flight of Passage in that it's not a full piece behind your calf, it's just a metal rod that comes out from the vehicle itself to lock into place. Bear in mind that when you sit on that bike, that back will engage when you're on the attraction vehicle. It will not fully engage when you're just in the test vehicle. You will then approach the cast member at the attraction entrance. There's a place to scan your Magic Band or your ticket media that you use to get into the park. That'll have your boarding group information on it. So you'll walk into a hall with really cool geometric designs, and then you'll go into a little bit of an ante room. It's just a theming waiting room. Think Flight of Passage if you've been on it, where Fly is there, but also where you learn from the scientist exactly what you're about to do on the back of an EPCOT. So it's a bit of a video screen that then disappears to reveal the load station below. Friends, that moment is stunning. Genius. Genius. It's just so good. You will then go into a waiting area where all of the instructions are being played on TVs ahead of you. So that portion where we were walking through the queue and the instructions are going on overhead, really that's the only instructions given to you for the attraction. The cast members are not spieling at that point. They are leaving it up to you to draw your attention, those TVs to draw your attention, those monitors. And to fill you in on the whole kneel, lean, pull the handlebars slowly towards you thing. Also, that spiel on those overhead monitors are going to tell you all about the locker system. So just like we've seen at Universal, they use the front-loading, back-retrieving locker system. The literal best. So you'll want to scan, the cast members may say, hey, you can go up to locker area 400 or 200 or whatever. You approach that area. They're trying to keep the crowd moving, so they'll kind of disperse you there. You'll scan in using your ticket media, so Magic Band or your, whatever ticket media you use. You'll pick a locker, scan in on the identity disc that's on the front of that, and it'll unlock that locker. Now, the locker is about the size of a regular backpack. You can fit your day regular backpack in this locker. Don't worry, no stressing. I had a smaller backpack with me today, and it fit no problem, and I could have crammed another one in there without any problem. You'll then close the locker, and it will lock for you, and off you go. You can keep your phone with you. There's a compartment on the front of the light cycle where you can put your phone inside. Disney let us know that ahead of time, so that was nice. But note, note that that compartment on the front of the Lightcycle actually does not lock. It's a weighted compartment, so what you put in there is gonna stay. But it doesn't actually lock, which kind of was like, I was like, oh, it doesn't. Oh, I can take my phone back out. It doesn't actually lock. Just, it's all good. No worries. You'll then proceed to down a little bit of a corridor. The cast member who is grouping people will ask you how many people, and then we'll send you into the load station. The load station is ginormous. Just like Guardians, you've got tracks on both sides. They'll split you. They'll kind of tell you which side of the queue to walk down, and you'll wait your turn until it's time to load. Another cast member will ask you how many people. You'll say 2 or 4 or a single rider, and then they'll tell you which queue to get into, which line. So I got to ride it 2 times this evening. The first time we asked to be toward the back of the train. I'm here with my hubby. Very cool to be, you know, toward the back of the train. The second time we didn't ask. I just wanted to see where we were placed. We got to ride on the front row. And friends, I must tell you, you want to ride toward the front of the train. The front row, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but it's pretty amazing. So you'll load the vehicle once again, once it's time. The person, if you're riding to, you know, if you're with someone else, they'll be beside you. They'll actually go through the vehicle, like behind the Lightcycle, the pair of Lightcycles, walk around and load from this side, and then another person will load from this side. I hope that makes sense. You'll kneel, you'll lean, and you'll pull the handlebars slowly toward you. The cast members will confirm that you're good to go. You put your phone, any other little trinkets you have with you, into that little compartment, and then it's off you go. When the vehicle leaves the station, rounds the corner, and then shoots you off out into this portion of the attraction, you're flying. It is like you are flying because you're leaning forward so much so that you're almost laying down, and it's like you are flying out into this canopy. It is the most thrilling. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind is fun. It's a party. This is thrilling. That's the word that I have that best describes this moment right here. The lighting, the music, it just sends you up and banks into a turn, and then it's amazing. It's so smooth. You simply glide. Once you're inside the attraction building, you go through portals in the grid. You come up alongside other Lightcycles on a screen at one point. It's kind of like Guardians or like Rock and Roller Coaster. You're going through the donut. It's like you're going through the donut, except it's all the grid. It's all Tron based. When you get off of the attraction vehicle, you will head up a ramp, and then you will end up on the back side of your locker. If you forget which locker you chose, which, to be honest, the second time I rode tonight, I vaguely knew, but I didn't really, so I needed this, which is a good thing. You can scan on a kiosk your ticket media, so your Magic Band, whatever you use to get into the park, and whatever you use to open the locker in the first place. You can scan on that kiosk, pick your language, scan it, and it'll tell you which locker is assigned to that ticket media. So you can go to locker 422 if that's your locker. You scan on the identity disc symbol on the locker, it'll open, you grab your stuff, and you go, and you head on out. There will be a merchandise location when the attraction opens. There, right there at the very end of the walkway leaving the attraction. So I can't wait to see the merch, all the merch with my own 2 eyes, and get my hands on it. I am excited about that, that's for sure. One other thing I do want to mention, if you are someone, now fireworks are going off, this is the best. This is the best. If you're someone who wants to ride in an accessible vehicle, there are 2 trains on Lightcycle Run in which you can just sit in a cab and ride with another person rather than mount a light cycle. So if that's you, simply let the grouping cast member know that, and they'll instruct you on where to go when that train pulls into the load station. So no worries, you might have a small wait. And I say accessible in that it is a seat rather than like a seat that you and I might, like we're sitting on Slinky Dog, something like that. It's a seat rather than getting on the back of a light cycle. I hope that helps. Tonight we did experience a bit of an outage. One side was out, maintenance was working on it. And so when that happens, both lines in the load station are feeding into one side, so that could kind of back you up as well. But from what I understand, this is a pretty reliable attraction so far. So I'm hoping when you get to ride, you won't experience too much of an outage. This is it. These are my first thoughts. I'll have other thoughts, I know, but let me tell you, it's a thrill ride, and it's fun. It is, you are flying, and you are getting to have fun every single minute. What other questions do you have about TRON Lightcycle Run? Let me know down in the comment section, and I will jump in and answer them as best as I can. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you are tuning in. If you've not already liked this video, please go ahead and do so. Consider subscribing to the channel. I have lots of fun in the Disney parks and resorts, and I eat a lot at Disney. So if you like to eat at Disney too, why don't you subscribe? Why don't you do it? Share it with a friend and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time I put up a new video. Follow me on Instagram at Denny_Sunderly, DENI_SUNDERLY. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. With fireworks going off overhead from a brand new attraction that is set to open on April 4th. End of line. Sorry, I had to. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Bye.